Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Gary. In today's episode we're continuing with the Euro 2024 theme. Who are the favourites for this tournament? Not only my favourites but the bookies' favourites as well, and who's everyone else backing? You will have your favourite to win the tournament. I have mine, which may surprise you, but let's take a look. So welcome back to the channel. Let's get straight into this one now. Bookies are, obviously, these are changing all the time. As I speak, this is December the 13th as I speak. So these odds will change depending on when you're watching this video. But I think it's pretty fair to say there's probably 5 teams that most people would pick out as the most likely winners at the moment. And then anyone else behind that is going to be, is in with a shout, but not necessarily going to win the tournament. And we're going to start with those first. So we're going to pick a top 5, but before we get into that, I'm just going to look at some teams that won't be in this top 5, and the first one of those is Belgium. Belgium currently are 16-1 to win this tournament, which puts them currently at 6th favourite. Now, of course, they qualified comfortably for this tournament, and they've got a pretty good group, it has to be said, so that may actually be quite a good prize, if you like your betting, for Belgium, because they're most likely going to get through to the knockout stages without any real challenge. But we all know over recent years that Belgium, when it really matters, a bit like England, dare I say, but when it really matters, they cannot get past important matches. And I think the difference here with England is it's not only against the big teams. Belgium have, over the past 4 to 6 to 8 years, have also been knocked out by teams that you would expect them to beat. Has that changed? This golden generation, people often talk about it coming to an end. Romelu Lukaku was, even though he was aging, was by far the highest goal scorer within the qualification campaign, so he's definitely got his scoring boots on. And you look at the spine of their team and they look strong, but it is one of those where you just no one really backs them now because it feels like their time has passed. And that's probably why they're not in the top 5 for this tournament. Another one that's worth mentioning is Italy. They're currently, as it stands, 20-1 to win this tournament, so behind Belgium. And remember, they are the defending champions. They've struggled, haven't they? They've not qualified for successive World Cups. They have struggled to even get to this tournament, and rightly, they shouldn't be there probably now. They should be in a playoff, but they're there. They are, of course, now in a group of death, so I think that's pretty fair, even though they are defending champions. Italy aren't the Italians of old, and I think 7 favourites is pretty much where they should be. The Netherlands and Croatia then follow that. Croatia, I mean, they're continuously underestimated. I think they're currently at 40-1, so they are quite distant in their opportunities to win this tournament, but they always surprise, don't they? And they've always done well over recent years, so I think they're well worth keeping an eye on. So getting into the top 5, we have got in 5th place is Portugal alongside Spain. These are both joint 8-1 favourites to win this tournament. I think that's pretty spot on. Portugal have absolutely decimated qualification, albeit having a very easy qualification group. Cristiano Ronaldo, the evergreen CR7, is of course still playing for Portugal, and he can, even at the age he is now, still create that moment of magic. I think it is fair to say, though, given the qualification group that Portugal have had, how strong really are they? And it is a difficult question to answer. Spain also progressed relatively comfortably to the tournament. They were beaten by Scotland, of course, in the qualification campaign. They'll dominate most teams in regards to possession, territory, but it's just that clinical edge. Are they clinical enough now to win a tournament? I'm not so sure. So I think Spain and Portugal at joint 5th, 4th, whatever you want to put it, I think they're about right. The next on this list is Germany at 7-1, so only slightly more favourable than Spain and Portugal, and this is solely down to the fact that for Germany it is a home tournament. Everybody knows Germany have been playing pretty poorly, but, and there is a huge but here, they of course haven't had to qualify, so every game they've had, there hasn't really had that, they're not playing for anything. So how positive or negative can we be against Germany here in the games that they've played over the past year? It's hard, isn't it, if you're continuously playing friendlies all the time, which Germany have been doing. How will they be when they're playing in a home tournament in front of their own fans? They've clearly got fantastic players. Mussolaya for one really jumps out for me. So I think, oddly, even though Germany haven't done that well over recent tournaments, historically they do well. And they are Europe's most successful team ever in regards to Euros and World Cups, everything like that. So do not underestimate Germany. Do not write them off. That is why they're so high on this list, technically third favourite. And I would pretty much agree with that. I just feel like they're a bit of an anomaly, Germany. I do think they've got a tough group though. Hungary, Scotland and Switzerland. I think that is going to be a tough group. And if Germany continue the form they've been doing over the past year and bring this into the tournament, they are really going to struggle. If they cannot pick a result up against Scotland in that opening game, which is a bit of a banana skin, it could be a very difficult tournament for them. Now, statistically speaking, and I'm looking from the UK, France at 4-1 are the second favourites for this tournament. England currently on Edge Checker at 18-5 as favourites for the tournament. And you'll struggle outside of even an England camp or a French camp in terms of supporters, fans, whatever. I think you will struggle to find many other people around the world that would disagree with that. I think both teams are primed to do incredibly well at this tournament. In terms of their squads, I think they have the joint best squads between them. But I am going to pick one because I think it's boring having a joint favourite. So I am going to sway one way or the other. And surprisingly, as an England fan, I'm going to put England in second place and France in first. I believe France have to be favourites for this tournament solely based on the fact that they know they've been there. They know how to win tournaments. Of course, World Cup winners in 2018, UEFA Nations League winners in 2021, got to back-to-back World Cup finals, even though they lost against Argentina. They've got that pedigree and historically know how to win tournaments better than England do. They, of course, beat England in the quarterfinals of the last World Cup, although I will be adamant here, I believe England were the better side on the night, but that's not how the result went, and that is important in these tight matches against two top opposition teams. It's knowing how to get over the line, even if those slight things don't go in your way or you may not necessarily be the best team on the night. The way that this draw has gone means that England and France are most likely not going to meet each other in the final, so it's likely to be, I think it's a semi-final, so they're likely to meet each other, I believe, in the semi-final. So I would put currently France as favourites. You just can't ignore their recent success over the past 4 years. They've got a proven track record of doing it. They've of course got the better of England in the last tournament, so head ruling heart here, and I would say their defence is better as well, and I think as long as you start with those solid foundations, you're more likely to go into success. So I just edge France above England, only just. England, of course, if for me it's now or never for England. It truly is. This has to be England and particularly Southgate's opportunity. We've done everything. It seems like all the past 4 years have been leading to this, of course reaching the last European final, so we are asking a lot from England. We're asking England to reach back-to-back European finals, but we've got a good group stage, potential to have a good start. I think if players are fit and performing, England really do have the best chance in a generation to win a major tournament, and I honestly believe France are the only team, if England are all firing, France are the only team that can stop us. Come on the lads, let's bring it home. That's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Do you agree with my comments below? Do you agree with the current odds that are out there? These of course will change and develop. Let me know in the comments section below, and I will see you all on my next video.